Good evening. Welcome to the Comic Book Shop of Doom. I'm your host. This video is not for children, so if you're under 13, get your parents' permission to watch this video. If anything, sit down with mom and dad and ask them to watch it with you and explain if I say something that you don't understand. Okay, here's your nightly news for Monday, July 6, 2020. I hope everybody had a nice holiday weekend. Okay, we have a lot of people that passed away. So this is kind of sick. I actually said this when I didn't do a report for July 4th. I did one up Friday night, and then I was going to take Saturday off, and then I just come back here late Sunday night for Monday. And I said, you know, there really isn't going to be a lot of news going on unless it's people passing away. And that's what happened. So, I mean, boy, did I call this one. Not that I like it, but sick. So here we got a lot of people that passed away. Okay, the first guy, Earl Cameron. He was 102. He's one of the first black British film and TV stars. So this guy was on, you know, he was the first guy to get pushed on TV. So condolences to his friends and family. We got Saroj Khan, 71. It was a Bollywood choreographer. So a lot of Indian-themed Bollywood movies. So condolences to his friends and family. We got Byron Reckful Bernstein, 31. He's a YouTube and Twitch personality. This is a sad one. It was a suicide. Then we have Ed Vane, 93, a former Group W president. So that was an old TV company. And then ABC TV president. So condolences to his friends and family. And the last one was kind of a shocker. Nick Cordero, 41. This is the guy that was a Broadway actor that came down with COVID-19. And he had a blood clot in his leg, and they had to amputate his leg, and then he had to have a pacemaker put in, and then they said that he was recovering. And he was married, and he had a kid, and his wife made some statements, you know, saying, oh, he's on his road to recovery, and then he passed away. So he was 41 years old. Condolences to his friends and family. This is really, really sad. Okay, Brie Larson has got a YouTube channel now. And she's talking on there about trying out for failed Star Wars and Terminator movies. So she tried out for Star Wars before, and there's a rumor that Kevin Feige wants to put her in a Star Wars movie. And one of the rumors is they want to make her Mara Jade. So she was the woman that Luke married in the books that they threw out of continuity now. So we'll see if that goes. And then she was Dark Fate, was the Terminator movie she tried out for that she didn't get. Anime Expo Light. Crunchyroll announces a new original anime upcoming slate. So Crunchyroll is for sale. But they still have to put stuff on there. So they are going through with making stuff up until if and when they get sold. Funimation is going to have a fall streaming expansion into Mexico and Brazil. So those markets must like animation there. Okay, David Koepp, he's the writer, and an early draft of his first Spider-Man movie had hit the internet, and they said it's very 90s. So that's out there floating around. You could read it for free. Last of Us Part 2 voice actor Abby gets death threats. So that's a video game that came out that all these people are talking about. I have no clue what it is. Okay, the DeLorean from the Back to the Future. They're turning it into a transformer. It's going to be called Gigawatt. So they're licensing that and turning it into a transformer. So the DeLorean will transform into a robot. Bill Pullman did a video for Alamo Drafthouse pushing freedom masks. So he did a video where he was talking about you should wear your mask so we could get back to the movie theater and we could get back to events. Okay, Seth Rogen, he did a movie called American Pickle for Sony. Well, they sold it to HBO Max. It comes out August 6th. So no theatrical release. It's going right to the streaming service. There's another death. Bettina Gilloy. She was a screenwriter, did a movie called Bessie and a bunch of other ones. There was a never-made Justice League musical from 1972, so there was going to be a play on the Justice League. Marvel and Disney Plus are going to do a TV show called Echo. So I don't even know what that is, that Marvel property. That's got to be pretty new. Okay. Mad Reads Comics to close in Brighton, Colorado. So another comic book shop bites the dust. And then Spider-Man, the fake red manga, is canceled. Okay, in your wrestling news, this is all over the place. Vince McMahon reacted. He was very surprised when Stephanie McMahon told him when she was 16 that she wanted to get into the business. As Vince was asking her, what kind of classes are you going to study in college? Well, she told him, I want to be in your business, Dad. And he was kind of stunned. He thought it would be Shane that would take over the company. Rey Mysterio's been working at WWE without a contract, so he could jump ship at any time to any other company. Matt Riddle and Candy Cartwright. Okay, she's the valet that wasn't involved that accused him of rape. Okay, she's got a picture of them kissing, and she said it's from 2019. And Matt Riddle told WWE he hasn't had anything to do with her in 3 years. And he said he had to almost file restraining orders against her and everything for stalking him. So if they prove that picture right, he could be screwed. Okay, Biggie Langston wasn't surprised by the wave of people that were in the speaking out allegations. So he must see this stuff all the time. You know, this stuff, people are hitting on people left and right. Okay, the NWA champion Nick Aldis has signed a merchandise and toy deal with a company called Cella Toys. Former Evolve star J.D. Drake is a free agent. So when WWE bought Evolve, they didn't pick up anybody. There's 4 people they're interested in. But with this J.D. Drake, MLW has got some interest in him. MLW is on in Brazil and Germany on the Days In streaming app. Taylor Wilde is not going into Impact yet. Okay, she was going to come in for Slammiversary, but she lives in Canada. She works as a firefighter in Canada. If she comes over to the United States on the athlete deal, she has to quarantine for 2 weeks, and she didn't want to lose 2 weeks of pay. So she's not going to come in yet until they fix the COVID-19 problem and people could travel safely. Arn Anderson says that John Cena didn't want WWE to sign AJ Styles. So was Cena afraid that AJ was going to show him up? Brian Pillman Jr. is going to make his AEW Dark debut this Tuesday. He has an MLW deal, but they allow him to work AEW. MLW has released the guy, Saeed El Sabah. Okay, they only signed this guy in June. This is why he got a release. He asked for his release because there's an executive in the company. It's not Court Bauer. It's another guy. He's had some dealings with that Team Vision dojo in Florida with that Chasen Rance. And all those guys are sex offenders. And this guy was offended that they're dealing business with the sex offenders. So he has to be released, and they released him. That's the story that he's seeing. Okay, ROH says it's BS that they are not signing deals now. So yesterday reported that they didn't sign Bully Ray. His deal expired in April, and they let everything run out. They just aren't interested in him anymore. So he's likely to show up at Impact Wrestling for Slammiversary because they're hitting the aces and eights are coming back. So he may do a one-off deal there where he comes in at least for a short run or a one-time appearance. Necro Butcher has stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma, so we wish him well in his recovery. That's a nasty disease. Okay, the UFC. They were going to have Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Well, that's off the table because Gilbert Burns' his brother and a cornerman tested positive for COVID-19. This fight was supposed to be next week at UFC 251. Right now, they're trying to work out a deal between Kamaru Usman and George Masvidal. So if they could work that out, that will be the main event of UFC 251. Everybody have a good night.